Hello and welcome to this presentation on Westcon Group's Quickie Quote tool. Over the course of the presentation, you'll learn how Quickie Quote works and the benefits that this pricing tool will deliver to your clients and your business. This presentation will introduce you to Quickie Quote and how you can use it to quickly find out the price of most products available from Westcon Group. There will be a video demonstration of the tool to show you how it works from a hands-on point of view. We will also have a look at how you can price Cisco Commerce Workspace using recent enhancements made to the tool. As you would expect with any automated system of this nature, there are some instances where Quickie Quote cannot be used, and this presentation will cover off on those situations. At the end of the presentation, we'll answer some frequently asked questions and also review some of the benefits of using this service. Quickie Quote is an easy-to-use email-based quotation service which provides near instantaneous customised pricing for Westcon Group clients 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In addition to pricing, it also provides up-to-date stock availability. It's not intended that it replace the design and technical validation of our pre-sales team. Quickie Quote works by scanning the SKU and quantity details entered into an email, which you send to the nominated Westcon email address. Pricing for each SKU is then determined by matching the email address of the sender to a specific price list applicable to that partner. A return email is then almost instantaneously sent back with customised price information per SKU, real-time stock availability, and estimated time of delivery. Your partner discounts and product promotions are automatically included in the email quote, though there may be some exceptions which we'll explore later in this presentation. Quickie Quote can be used by anyone with a trading account with Westcon Group. It also allows multiple users from your company to use this service as long as they are all separately registered. Let's have a look as to how you can use Quickie Quote. Step 1. You will need to have an active login to our e-commerce website. You can set up this login in a few steps from our website via this link, compass.westcongroup.com.au/profile/login page.aspx. If you need the ability for multiple users from your company to use this service, each user will need to have their own individual login set up. Once our customer service team has verified your login credentials, you'll be granted access and you can start using Quickie Quote. Step 2. To start a new quote, start composing a new email and put the following email address in the to field, quickie@westcongroup.com.au. Make sure you are sending the email from the same email account which you used to register for Quickie Quote. In the body of the email, you need to put the valid vendor SKUs and the quantity required. Each SKU to be quoted must be on a separate line. You will need to use a space, comma, or tab as a delimiter between the SKU and the quantity fields. By way of an example, this is how the body of the email should look. SKU, a space, comma, or tab, then the quantity. Each new SKU needs to be on a different line. Alternatively, you can copy and paste from Excel into the body of the email as long as it's in the same format, being one SKU and then quantity. Step 3. When complete, simply hit the send button and within a minute, you'll receive an email response with a valid quote. This will show the description of the item, reseller's buy price, and the availability or ETA on that SKU. The Quickie Quote email will also show a quote number which you can reference on your purchase order for speedy processing. Now let's go through a demonstration of the above steps. I am already a registered user for Quickie Quote. So, from my Outlook, I compose an email address to quickie@westcongroup.com.au. Moving to the body of the email, let's put in some SKUs here, like CISCO 1941/K9, quantity of 3. We'll also put in an Aruba AP:/IAP-105, quantity of 2. Now we just hit the send button on Outlook and wait for a few seconds to get the quote back. So here we've got our quote back by email. It shows your account name, which in this case is Westcon, the quote reference number and name of the person who requested the quote. It shows columns of the SKUs with each SKU's description, quantity, list price and the buy price. It will show you the stock availability, or if there's no stock, it displays the lead time for each product. For some vendors, it will show the discount percentage as well as the discount off the list price. It then again shows the quote reference number for your use when placing a purchase order that relates to this quote. There is a link for freight charges, followed by the fine print, which reflects validity of the quote and other terms and conditions. That's how quick and easy it is to get a quote. It's just a matter of putting SKUs in, and you get a valid quote delivered to your inbox in a matter of minutes. We will now look at using this tool to get instant pricing on Cisco Commerce Workspace Bill of Materials. You may have a large Cisco Bill of Materials as an output from the Cisco Commerce Workspace tool, for which you need standard pricing and availability. A recent enhancement in Quickie Quote caters for this common requirement by making the tool intelligent enough to accept a Cisco Commerce Workspace configuration as an input and deliver an emailed Quickie Quote. Here's an example of how it works. First step is to compose an email addressed to quickie@westcongroup.com.au. Now I have a Cisco Commerce Workspace configuration ready on my desktop. I attach it to the email. If I open it, you'll see that it's exactly the same configuration as is exported from the Cisco Commerce Workspace tool. No special formatting or editing has been done, although you need to take care that when you export it from the CCW tools, it should be in the XLS format and the CCW standard format. Once attached, you are ready to hit send. Do not put anything in the email body, as all the requirements will be taken by scanning the attached file. So I hit send and wait for a few seconds to get the quote. The requested quote arrives and you'll see that the system has scanned the configuration file and given a quote which showcases the cost of items and also the ones with zero cost associated with them. So everything is exactly the same, except as requesting non-Cisco Commerce Workspace pricing, with only the method of inputting your requirements being different. This is an extremely handy feature, especially if you're working on a sizable Cisco bill of materials and you need pricing and availability on the go. You can quickly compare two or more Cisco solutions in terms of dollar value using this additional feature of the Quickie Quote tool. We'll now look at some of the limitations associated with using this tool. Quickie Quote only works on valid vendor SKUs. Any invalid SKUs won't return pricing and will show as an error in the quote email. To source a list of valid vendor SKUs, download our vendors' price lists from our e-commerce website. The tool expresses all pricing in Australian dollars. US dollar pricing is not available. In the case of Cisco SKUs, where there are SKU differences between spares and non-spares, you need to input the spare SKU in order to get the correct stock levels. So, for example, input GLC-SX-MMD, that being a spare SKU, instead of GLC-SX-MMD, which is a non-spare SKU. Quickie Quote doesn't add mandatory services or support on its own, so the SKUs for these have to be entered by the requester. The tool doesn't reflect multi-year support discounts in the case of Cisco maintenance SKUs, as this is a standard pricing tool and the discounts applicable for a one-year pricing will be reflected. Some vendors need mandatory support SKUs to be added while quoting. Hence, Quickie tool cannot be used for getting pricing for Checkpoint, VMware, CA, VCE, EMC, Crossbeam and F5. Let's look at some FAQs which relate to the usage of this tool. Question: can I get pricing if I input multiple vendor SKUs in my request? Answer: yes. This is absolutely possible, as in the example we previously demonstrated. However, care must be taken not to include SKUs from vendors we noted when discussing the limitations of the system. Question: where can I find more info? Answer: A short how-to for Quickie Quote is located on Westcon's website under this link. In addition, there are downloadable price lists for looking up valid SKUs available on our e-commerce website. Question: where can I get a list of valid part codes? Answer: if you don't know the part code for which you require pricing, you can always download the vendor price lists from our e-commerce website. Question: how long is my quote valid for? Answer: this is shown in the quote email under quote notes. Depending on vendor, it will be either 14 days or 30 days. Question: where can I get help? Answer: our pre-sales team is happy to assist with any queries relating to bill of materials, technical validation, or using Quickie Quote. Help is just a phone call or an email away. Question: what if I'm having issues? Answer: if you're having any issues, feel free to send an email to quotes@westcongroup.com.au. Question: what happens if I request a vendor that Quickie Quote doesn't work on? Answer: if you request a vendor that Quickie Quote doesn't support, you'll receive an email response advising accordingly. For the vendors mentioned in the limitations section of this presentation, the best approach is to refer these requests directly to the pre-sales team. In this final section of this presentation, we look at the benefits available by using the Quickie Quote service. There are a range of benefits that can be gained from the use of this tool, depending on your business needs. The most common benefits are reduction in response time to clients. With the power of Quickie Quote, you're able to almost instantaneously get pricing on most of the vendor products. This translates to faster response to your customers' requests for pricing in this time-sensitive, demanding market. No longer do you have to wait for our pre-sales team to revert back for standard pricing requests. Getting quotes has never been quicker. Other benefits include notification of instant availability or ETA. Often customer purchase decisions are based on availability of stock, especially for run rate items. So knowing our stock in real time is valuable information as an input into your client's purchase decision making. Quickie Quote helps you deliver that edge to your business. Ease of doing business across time zones. With many IT project teams working across multiple time zones or resellers having offices around the globe, no matter what time of day or where you're located, you can get access to pricing and stock availability 24/7. That ends our presentation on Westcon's Quickie Quote pricing service. Quickie Quote goes a long way in delivering value-added service to our reseller community. With ready access to critical information, closing sales has never been faster and easier. Its value lies in its simplicity, yet it's powerful enough to deliver that value add to your business. I hope this presentation has been useful and thank you for viewing.